used it. Hey, I think we're live, Amy.
Are we live? Yeah! Yay!
Amy Goldberg's in the house. Woohoo! And as you can see, all this red energy. There's lots of high vibes.
There's a reason for this.
Amy, welcome to the
Thank
show.
you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Fabulous. So
Yes.
while we wait for our audiences to join in, it takes a while for the jet lag.
Yes.
We call it Facebook
Come on,
lag.
people. Come on.
To come
Snap
in.
into it.
Give you some housekeeping, guys. If you are new to the Magenta show, welcome. If this is the first one you're viewing, we've been doing this for 2 years already.
Fantastic.
We've had 156,000 plus views in those 2 years. We have a loyal international following, and the way we've been successful is because of the audience.
Yes.
Because they share, and
Yes.
they comment, and they participate, and they tell people about what we do. So share it in pages, groups, and so on. That's
Wonderful.
how it works.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. And we're
Good.
independent broadcasters, so we can say what we like.
Oh, good. So I can use all the words.
We can
I
use
can use
all
all the
the
swear
words.
words.
Let's have a look.
But
who's
are they?
joined.
There are like 7 of them. I think.
Is it 7?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I saw one in your book. I'm going to be telling them on you. Okay, angels. Hillary's joined us. Hello, darling. Glenda, Shannon. Oh, Shannon. Thank you, darling. Thank
Hi,
you for
Shannon.
booking Amy. She's brilliant. Norma has joined us. Norma Jean, Eleni Pie. Oh, Eleni, hello, darling. Lovely to see you. Joanna Blackmore. Joanna, I haven't seen you in ages. Hello. You want to come over for some coffee? Oh, sorry. Come over for a glass of wine. I think it's red that you liked. It was time we caught up, girl. And Lauren Page has joined us. Carolyn Whelan's joined us. Hello, Carolyn. It's lovely that you're joining us.
That's fabulous.
And Tiziana.
That's a beautiful name.
That's a beautiful name.
Beautiful.
I hope I've pronounced it correctly. Have I pronounced it correctly?
Tiziana.
Tiziana. Oh, it has that flair to welcome, girl. Welcome. So I've got the fabulous Amy Goldberg here. I've
thank
actually
you.
seen you MC an event, and your energy blew me away.
To a nauseum. Yeah.
You went that night and you were rocking that stage. You were amazing. It was one of the hub events.
Yes.
And,
yes.
and that's when I really got to see you because I think it was it a summer bash, a cocktail event we went to in the city?
It was a lot of fun.
Organized by Mary, who is the leader of the founder of the Hub Inc. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's how I know you.
Yes.
That was grand. We arrived in limousines. My first limousine in Canada event I arrived.
That's code for wanted to drink a lot.
My audience knows me and I love wine.
Tommy Graisley, that's my husband.
Oh, hi, Tommy.
Amy G rocks.
Yeah, we've been gossiping about your lovely, sexy voice and your singing
Yes.
talents. So, what's it like being married to a singer and a kind of a rock star?
He's very sexy and he is absolutely adorable. And and he has a tattoo. You see Amy Zing? He has a tattoo that says Amy Zing. Oh, this as long as his forearm. He does.
That's commitment.
Great. I know.
That's
As a matter of fact, when we first started going out, he put my initials here. I said, "Are you sure you want to do that? I'm just saying that it's early on in our relationship, so this means that if anything, nothing's going to happen. But if anything happens, you're going to have to find somebody with the exact same initials." So, anyways, yeah, he's the love of my
It's
life.
worked out well.
Yes,
It's worked out well.
he's an amazing producer, songwriter. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Okay, where can people hear about Tommy? Let's just give Tommy a plug.
Yeah, Tommy Graisley is AKA Tommy Gunn, and he just has a new album that he's going to be releasing in Los Angeles. It's called I Believe in Love. He has a video called Love Conquers All, and it's on TommyGraisley.com. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Fabulous, Tommy. Well, we wish you the best of success with that project. I mean, anything to do with love is right up our alley here. At the
Yes,
Magenta
he's all
Show.
about the love.
We love it. We love it. We love it. Okay, so we have another thing I just want to quickly mention to everybody out there. It's Christmas season, right? People are putting Christmas trees up. It's early this year.
I know.
People are doing this whole kind of Christmas. I have people putting it on Facebook. I see you decorating your trees already, and I feel guilty because I haven't even thought about it. So, but what I want to say is, if you are hosting any events, and if you are doing any awards or galas or any kind of staff parties, the Magenta Show team is available for you to hire. They will come and film and do testimonials. And honestly, guys,
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, Shannon and Michael do an amazing job. They interview everybody. It's very intimate. No editing, so it's such an easy process. They produce it on the spot.
I love it.
Yeah, we've got amazing testimonials to back this up. So if you know of anybody running events and they're looking for testimonials, some kind of filming, please let us know. We call it a pop-up TV studio.
Pop-up TV studio is a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Using the equipment we use in the same style we use on the Magenta show. It's
I
so
love
easy.
it. It's great.
Fabulous.
It's good.
Okay, so
for corporate parties, this is a good opportunity to pop up. Really clever.
Yeah, fabulous. Thank you, Amy. I'm gonna employ you as my spokesperson, salesperson. Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there we go. Tommy's put it up.
Thank
Tommy
you.
Gunn.
Look at that cute face.
He's quite a rugged-looking,
He is
good-looking guy.
He
huh?
is. I know. My heart just went. Okay.
Oh, that's okay. All about Amy now.
Tommy, stop already.
It's one. He looks like he's a great follower of yours.
He is.
Business and promoting you.
My number one fan.
I have the same affliction.
Do you?
With my husband.
That's the best.
My husband and I, when we came to Canada, he was going to do a business, and I had my business that I was bringing from England. And we used to go to these network meetings. In fact, Joanna Blackmore was watching. We were at one of her network meetings. So I'm going around to everybody about color therapy and color coaching and how you can personally develop yourself. And my husband's supposed to be talking about his product. No. He went right in. Oh, do you see that woman over there? That's my wife. She does X, Y, Z.
That's fantastic.
I love that.
Affliction. I love that. Wow. Good. Yes. It's so nice. You feel the love,
You feel the love. Feel the love in the house today.
I know.
Okay, guys, you want to be sharing the show today. It's a fabulous, high energy, high vibe show. So, Amy, darling.
Yes.
If I was to say to you, what is something that you do and offer people that actually the world out there is not quite clear on yet?
Yes.
Well, what you put me on the spot upstairs when we were first chatting. You said to me, Moira, what makes you sing? What makes you happy? I want to ask you that question. What makes you sing? What makes you pop?
You know what? Thank you for asking. What makes me sing and pop is, that going from deciding to doing and that like mushy, that stuck, I have no idea what I want to do, that void, space. That thing, yeah. That's me. This is the abyss, I lift people out of that and take them from going from deciding to doing in the corporate environment. So, trust rise companies. So it's basically feeling your truth and speaking your truth and acting your truth. That's really what it's all about. And I find that there's a huge disconnect in going from that deciding to doing.
Yeah.
And so that's sort of that, okay, what do you do? And
okay, guys, I actually, today's a red theme, so I want you to put red hearts for me in the comments box if you're agreeing with our conversation here. Have you gotten to that point where you've decided you want to do something, but you actually never got off your ass and actually did it? There's something you fell into that void. So it's that void that you specialize in.
Yes.
So can I ask you, what techniques do you use? How do you get people to actually take action?
Well, the first thing I do is I offer an exercise that I found it's been really helpful. Mm-hmm. And so what happens is, we wake up and we live our lives and we tend to be on autopilot. If we're not thinking or really making a concerted effort to plan as we would a vacation. Somebody made an analogy of that. We take more time planning a vacation than we do our life. So if you take notice,
that's true.
Really, you think about it like, I can't wait, and we do this, and we're so detailed, and we're going to go here, and we're going to do this. And so if you did that with your life, then imagine what it would be like. So you make a concerted effort to wake up in the morning and say, okay, what gives me energy and what depletes me?
Yeah.
And that's with every aspect of your life. So I invite people
what gives me energy and what depletes me.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to ask, this is truth or dare question time, guys. What gives you energy and what depletes you? I'd like you to put that in the comments box so we can see if we can help you with this, all right? We've got an expert in the house with us here today. And while you're busy on comments boxes, remember, if you want 1, 2, or 3 to catch your color at the end of the show, pop that in the comments box as well. Whichever number you're drawn to, you're going to get a color that we've picked. We have some weird ones today that we've picked, and we're going to give you a reading at the end of the show. Okay, so what depletes? Okay, let me think about this. What depletes me? What depletes me? For me, recently, I've realized actually it's quite close. It's diet. I find that what depletes my energy and that I can't think clearly is when I have too much bread or too much dairy or that kind of nutrition thing. So I'm being honest, this is honestly what it is. And I've decided to do something about it. So for the last couple of weeks, I've been on a wheat-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, kind of sugar-free thing. Except the glass of wine. Don't touch my glass of wine in that. So I've kind of found that I have to be honest with myself that honestly that does deplete me.
Yes.
What else depletes me is I like to give things away. I don't like to sell. That has been a major thing for me. I don't like selling. I've recently started pre-selling the 2020 predictions course that I'm doing. It's something I'm doing for 10 years, annual predictions. And I found it so hard to actually write an email to people or put a post up saying, oh, by the way, I've got this $97 little product for sale. Put myself. I found that really depleted my energy. I'm not good at sales.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But I've managed to take action.
Yes.
All right. But I have to say that void that I wanted to just drop in and just plod along, not change the diet, not force myself to sell. I could have slipped into that very easily.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And I kind of still am not quite out of the void. I'm doing it with a lot of tension. What can you help? What would you help me with? Ray?
Well, we're fighting we're whole from we live in a very separate universe with our mind and our soul, our body. And so when our body feels something that isn't helpful to us, like for instance nutrition, that's so valid because nutrition does give us energy or depletes us. That 3 o'clock crash when you crave sugar, and that's not going to help you.
When you wake up at 3 o'clock, you're having a sugar crash.
Yeah,
that's exactly why you wake up at 3.
Yeah, exactly. And so what happens is it's our perspective, and we also have this. It's called the amygdala, and the amygdala is your lizard brain, and your lizard brain is fighting tooth and nail to keep you safe, to keep you you don't need to cut back on sugar, you don't need to cut back on those carbohydrates, we're comfortable here, let's not rock the boat. And similarly with our life, our decisions are, if I say this, if I do this, I'm going to get fired. I'm going to upset somebody.
Any change.
Yeah.
Right?
And so
that dial going to change.
Exactly.
Something different. That thing comes up and says, "Don't do it."
Exactly. So if you're aware of, and it's painstaking initially because you don't trust yourself enough to say, look, I know this is right for me, and I'm going to every single day not have this, let's say in the morning. So yay, you made it up until noon.
Yeah.
And then see how you do as you go forward. Selling, different perspective. It's you have a great, I would say you're offering an opportunity. You're offering your expertise.
So change it from selling to I'm offering an opportunity.
Absolutely. Okay. Because look at your area, look at your expertise and how successful you have been. And you look in the UK and you're now here and you do so well. And this is an opportunity for people to tap in and say, wow, I need this. This is something that I don't have the resources or wherewithal, and I'm going to seek your services. And that's helpful. And when it comes from a genuine place, like if you're saying I'm offering you this, and you come from your heart, you can't dismiss it. Now if you come from the byproduct of money, then you feel it, that
I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I really do, because everything that I've ever been taught and learned as a service business, especially with a spiritual undertone to it, and helping people to evolve, not just personally and in their business and financially, but spiritually as well.
Yes.
In other words, they can feel good about what they do. The minute money comes into that, it's a challenge. The minute I have to sell, it's a challenge. I'd rather just help the whole world and not have to take any money for it.
Yes.
But the fact is, I've got rent to pay. I've got bills to pay. I want to plan a holiday. I'd like to do things like that.
But see how we're already making that an excuse in our mind? See how you're already saying, okay, well, look at just, you're offering a service, you're worth this service, and so the money is an exchange of respect and understanding, and to say I know that when I better myself, or when I'm tapping into a service, and thank you, that I'm going to be better myself. So in actual fact, we're already sort of sabotaging that, the selling aspect, and I would actually take it out of the equation. This is what I do. I'm a rock star at it. And I mean, come on, look at this. This is so cool. Like I'm going to learn all this stuff about these cool things, but just the bottles alone, like I'm in. Like I just think it's really cool. And so you have a lot to offer. I don't know I'm learning this, and I think, wow, and it can lend itself into, you're an entrepreneurial spirit. So yeah. And Hub Inc., if Hub Inc. is on, I think you should be tapping into this whole color thing. I'm learning about it. I think it's really, we should do a whole thing on this learning at Hub. Just saying. Mary, if you're on. Okay.
Let's have a look here. Oh, hubby's already on saying yes, you do. Oh, you see there. It's just like hubby's are on today. Let's have a look and see, Michael, if anybody else has asked us questions and given us comments here. Hillary, what depletes me is tidying up and organizing physical spaces. Carol Wieland said plant-based. Okay.
Oh, game changer.
Game
so
changer,
yes,
yeah.
and as a matter of fact, I was corresponding with the boxer for that show, and it's the documentary that this woman was mentioning, and it's fantastic. So again, it's all about information.
It's information,
It's fascinating.
And talking about information, Joanne, you've chosen number 3. Oh, you're going to love number 3 today, Joanne. Lovely. Thank you for popping in that's your choice for the week. Hillary, number 2. Excellent. You're going to love it. And then Carolyn Whelan said completes time with family and friends, laughing, meditation, and yoga. Oh,
that's great.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Do you get people say that to you, that what completes them is when they take that time out to...
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eleni Pai saying, what completes me is I love being around people. That's amazing.
That's fabulous.
Oh, Joseph's just joined us. Hello, darling Joseph. I'm going to tell you about this, Joseph. He was on the show, Amy. And he, Michael has decided he's staying in Canada, so we're wanting to now get him employed and get him work permits and get everything organized for him. And we put one little note out to Joseph saying, can you help? Because he's been on the show and he can help you get jobs like that. But he's got an amazingly different system and way of doing it. That man just didn't ask anything. He just said, yes, I'll do it. And he's been working this whole weekend tirelessly with Michael. So Joseph, just a shout out to you. You're amazing. And that also is something I think that's in that void is when we're in that void, that little lizard brain tells us not to ask for help, right?
That's right.
Not to ask somebody else's expertise.
Exactly.
Not to get the coach, the mentor, the advisor, the specialist, right?
Exactly. Yeah. See, the barriers are in your head. So it's like you trust yourself, trust your own instincts because you have them. You're just not listening because we're so conditioned to look to the opinions of others before we look to ourselves. And you have it. Like you're right there. And so I see this thing at the academy, and I just heard Moira's doing this really cool academy program. That's
well. Hillary said if it's not too late to plug into the academy program, I want to pay for mine. If not, Hillary, I have out of the 55 seats, I've got 23 left. I've sold 32. Got 23 left, Harry. So go to the academy now. It's moirabushacademy.teachable.com. I think Michael's putting it on screen. He's got a thumb up, and go and sign up so you can. We're launching it on 1st of December, so it's brilliant.
That's great.
Amazing. Thanks. Yeah. I found that because and to me in certainly in the work I do, when people keep falling into that void, and they don't take the action, they got the dream. This is what we're talking about for those of you who just joined. They've got the vision, but they don't actually see it through. They fall into that void. Very often, if the universe says you're not meant to be there, it's going to wake you up to make sure you do something to get yourself out of it. You know, that's when bad things happen to us. We don't want to talk about bad things, but it's true. God has to hit you on the head and get your attention that you have to be moving and doing something different. And that's how my academy came about. It's like I kept trying to get groups together and group courses, and things just weren't happening. And as the income in the business started going down, I thought, okay, well, maybe I'm meant to be doing something else. So while I was in that void of everything I'm doing is wrong and feeling sorry for myself and blaming the Canadians and blaming the Canada economy and, just everything I could. Actually, the universe was just trying to say to me I had to do it differently.
Yeah, exactly.
So the void's not a bad place, but you don't want to be in there too long.
And we don't, Moira and I were talking about, I wrote an article recently called The Pivot. And, it's okay to pivot. It's okay to shake things up and say, I need to do something else, or I need to take the skills that I've learned and incorporate them in different ways. So it's, to be creative with who you are is amazing.
Yeah. It is. Well, you've done a lot of traveling as well, and you said you come from a family of very successful filmmakers.
Yes.
So you are a word person. Words are important, right?
Yes.
And you've just written a book. Now we have a pre glance on this, guys. This is not exactly how the book's going to be. It's going to your publishers tomorrow. You're having conversations.
Yes.
But you brought your book in.
I did. So this is a first look. And my friend Leslie, hey, Leslie's on. Yay, Leslie's from Florida. Hi, Leslie. She is my dear friend, and she and I shared this yesterday. This is, a prototype prototype. It's a copy only. But here's the thing that's really interesting. So yesterday was my birthday, and so
Happy birthday, Amy!
Thank you. And my mother passed away a year ago, almost 2 years ago in May. And so I said the night before, I said, Mom, please give me a sign that you're around. I just need some kind of sign that you're around. Okay, so yesterday, I kid you not, this was exactly what happened. So I hadn't gone to the mailbox for a day. And so I go to the mailbox, and what's in there is this box. Okay, so there's a box. I'm thinking, I didn't really expect anything. So there's this box. I open up the box at 11:11. I kid you not, 11:11. I'm just saying.
Oh,
and this,
I know what that means.
this came out. And then look, Moira's wearing, we did not plan this. I'm just saying. And so, like, fucking cool, right? Like, that's so cool. So anyways, this is just a prototype. This isn't what it's going to look like. But I'm very excited, and it just feels good, right? Like, when you write scripts, you don't really see them, it's kind of like they go. But when you have a book, it's like, cool, right?
And I want to, now, I did say I was going to oust you today on the show. Okay, so this is at the back of the book. Be your truth, showing you how to embrace your truth by cutting through the bullshit with a little star to get to your best life. Isn't that amazing? Why did you use the word bullshit? Why did you put that powerful...
Because my experience, the book is about sort of your observations between what you say and what you do, and they can actually be quite opposite. So it's sort of cutting through, come on, like, do you really mean that? Or do you act on that? Yeah. And so this is sort of observing, it's sort of a Seinfeld-esque approach to observation and like, oh my God, I do that. I can't believe I'm like this. And yet I say I am a different person. So I just wanted you to connect with, I get it. I get why there's a lot of bullshit in my life. So I get through that, very quickly, but I'm very excited about this. And
I'm randomly opening the book because I obviously haven't read it because it's not ready for print yet. But on page 106, Be Your Truth. In discovering your truth, you will also discover that the feeling of loneliness helps you to become a more resilient human being. I encourage you to try the steps listed above whenever you may need to. Loneliness will help you to become a more resilient human being. Mm-hmm. That's a little profound.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
That's your truth.
Yes, that's my truth. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was written from the heart, and
I could feel it when I picked it up.
Yeah,
you could feel it because did you guys know that if you pick up someone's book, we're going to read it or not, okay? Because you get a feeling of where it came from. So very often in the business seminars I go to, I pick up books and immediately my head starts throbbing, and I know this thing came out of the intellect.
Yeah.
Your book, the minute I touched it, it went straight to the heart. I could feel this little movement in the heart.
Thank you.
You really wrote
That's
this
exciting.
In the heart.
That's pretty. Thank you.
Yeah. No, that's amazing.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so there's something else I want to read at the back of the book that I saw earlier. Hang in there. Isn't she amazing? Okay, so best described by those who know her as a truth amplifier.
Yeah, that's that bullshit part. Like, I'm that bullshit meter that says, I call you on that. That's the truth amplifier in me.
That's the truth amplifier.
It is.
Okay. So, so what I want to ask you, Amy, now is when you are working with somebody, and I know you do corporate work and you work with corporates, but you work with individuals as well, right?
I do.
So what do you do when you're sitting with somebody and you're listening and all they're giving you is that story that they've believed is their truth?
Yes.
That they locked into that perception, this is who they are and nothing's going to change.
Yes.
How do you crack through that layer, that barrier? What is it? Do you use the bullshit word, for example? Now, how do you go, hey guys, get a reality grip? You can change because you're the author of your life, right? Yeah. We've agreed on that.
Absolutely.
How do you do it? How do you...
Well, I think it's, I take away the buzzwords and I think about first listening to what it is an individual has to say. Mm-hmm. And then I can quickly cut through the words and to better understand where they're coming from at first. And so once I have an understanding of what's holding them back, you can hear it. You have an understanding of patterns. You have an understanding of what people are currently doing and why they may not be in the place where they see themselves. Mm. And then what I can do is decipher that, and then we take it back a few steps, and then I'm able to create that sort of a different reality for them, because we create our own realities. I mean, this is key for us. And so I do the same thing in businesses where they say they want to do something, but more often than not, it's to just to do something for the sake of doing it, whereby they don't really embrace it, or they don't engage in it, or they don't necessarily mean it. So that's the same with individuals. It's do we really, are we speaking our truth, or are we just saying words for the sake of saying them?
Yeah.
So, you know, like right now, the big thing is stories. Tell your story, okay? And so we all have stories. However, we can get really hung up on our story, and what happens is it then takes over us. So we could have this great story that we share with other people, and then we what happens is then we're not able to change ourselves or be able to switch or pivot because we're so hung up on our story. But just exude who you are, and your story will change.
Exude who you are, and your story will change. Oh, Amy. You've just got a lovely testimonial there. Amy is the sweetest human being you'll ever meet.
Let's think who that came from.
Just think who that is.
Oh, and it's right beside, just down from my best friend, Leslie Lexus. Tell her what you did to me.
She's given permission for you to do a reveal all.
Oh, agreed. Okay. She's so sweet.
Oh, fabulous. So, what I would like to do is to just have a brief chat with you with colours, and to give you a reading and to introduce you to some of the things I do. And thank you so much for being such. We've only technically met an hour ago, and she's already putting me. I'm going to probably use my salesperson. Okay. Sorry, I just got distracted here. Leslie says Amy's superpower is knowing what your superpower is.
Oh,
yeah.
So Leslie's referring to, Leslie and I have been friends for a while, and we started talking, and she was sharing all the really, she's an amazing entrepreneur, and she was sharing all of the really interesting work that she does. But really, her underlying superpower is writing. She is an amazing writer, and she's going to be writing a book. She's in the process, right? Wow. And she is she can articulate her storytelling and her ability to bring out feelings that you didn't even know you had. Mm-hmm. She has that power. She's amazing.
Leslie, we wish you all the best with your book. I can highly recommend it. I wrote a book as well. I've written 2. I've got another 2 in my hat that are one's almost ready for publisher. Honestly, it's the best process in the world. Do it. If that's your superpower and that's how you get your message and energy into the world. Because, you know, the thing is, people touch your book and something shifts for them. They even have to read it. The fact that you have shown up and created something that's out in the world based on your superpower, that's awesome. Yeah. Well done for getting her to do that. That's amazing.
Good. Well, she's
a good coach and mentor, right?
Doing it.
She's still doing it. Leslie,
come on, you better be writing right now. Get off this right now and start writing.
Not yet. We want to do a reading. Please remember, if you haven't yet chosen 1, 2, or 3, so you get a little reading at the end, please make sure that you pop it into the comments box. I'll go and check what you've done here. So what I want to do is offer you a reading now, Amy.
Great.
Do you have a burning question from the universe? Do you want clarity or guidance on something specific?
Well, it would be really great, since this hasn't even been released yet, to see where this could be going.
Okay, all right. So we're going to talk about the book, right? So, you know, you've got all the water bottles behind you. So you're going to swivel around for me. And I want you to, how we're going to do this, I always like to have someone, have the guest pick a bottle that says, this is who I am. So I want you to look at all those bottles and feel which one best describes Amy Goldberg, which is you. Put that onto the light box for me, and then we're going to pick one that's your book.
I'm picking this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't pick for you. This is how it works, is you got to pick it. So if I said, this is you.
This is me. Oh, man. Okay, I'm feeling this.
Okay, pop it on the light box for me. And then I want you to go back and say, this is my book.
Okay. Oh, wow. This.
And then I want you to pick a third one that says, this is what I hope my book will do for the readers.
Okay.
The wish you have, the outcome that you want to achieve with the book. How do those colors make you feel?
Good. I feel energized, more so than usual. Okay.
More so than usual. Okay. So what we've got with this is called C2, and it's an orange and gold bottle, and it relates to the solar plexus, the center of creativity in your body. Because colors relate to parts of your body. And I'll give you a quick lesson. How it works is when the light comes from the sun and it comes through, and Sir Isaac Newton actually discovered it, that the colors, when it goes through a prism, breaks into a rainbow. And then your body absorbs the different frequencies of those colors, because red has a low frequency, it goes to the bottom of your body. Violet has a high frequency, it goes to the top of your body, and all the other colors of the rainbow in between. And the orange frequency and the gold frequency from the sun that you're absorbing on a daily basis goes into the area just below the belly button. And we call that, traditionally, we call that area your center, or for those of you who know chakras, it's a sacral chakra, and it's to do with creativity. This is where all your creative force comes from. So right now you're identifying yourself with your creative center. And this is, and the gold, of course, is the success center as well, because the gold says whatever you're creating right now, you're going to be very successful with it. So if the book, you've been asking about the book, so it's going to do really, really well for you.
Yeah.
Okay. But this also, I love that that Leslie came up to speak about her book. This is about more books needing to come out from
yes.
you. You know, you definitely, that writing, that superpower you have to write the truth and to encourage people to be more truthful and more authentic and real with themselves. So I feel there'll be more. Does
Great.
that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is part of Leslie's book too. Leslie, this is your color too, I'm just saying. Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
I can feel her. Okay. And Tommy is writing a book too.
Look at her emojis.
Look at her face.
Emojis are too cute.
It's fear.
And then what we did is we said draw one that's to do with a book, and it's bottle number 35, and it's kind of a turquoisey, platinumy, pale greeny kind of mix of colors. And you know, you were speaking about how you know that the word truth relates to the color blue, and so it's blues and platinums, that frequency. And you were going to look at what would possibly change, on the cover and the colors in that your book. I would recommend that you bring those colors in, especially around the word truth. Have the word truth in blue.
Yes.
So it just feels like, because the energy of the book is those colors, that could be reflected somewhere on the cover of the book.
Okay.
When you speak to your publishers tomorrow. Is that useful?
Yes.
Okay.
Very.
Now, to me, what it feels like this book's energy is it's an end to sibling rivalry. That's what this bottle implies. It says a struggle with yourself, a struggle with that lizard brain, a struggle with duality within you. You know, that part of you that says, what we said earlier in the show, Amy described it so beautifully, that you decide you want to do something, but you don't take action. You end up in this void and there's no results. And it's because there's a duality to yourself that stops you from making changes. This is the bottle that's going to get people the tools and the knowledge they need to do that.
Wow.
So those colors are saying that's the end of that rivalry within yourself, because we're our own worst enemies.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that's why we can't be truthful with ourselves.
Exactly.
Because if we were truthful, we'd have to admit that there's a dozen other voices in our heads
Yeah.
that keeps talking and telling us what to do,
Absolutely.
what not to do. Yeah,
exactly.
So it's a very powerful book. It feels to me also that have you thought about translating it into other languages?
Yes, I'd like to do that.
I think that's something that's going to come.
Fantastic.
Okay, so please be open to that in your discussion with your publishers.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow. Then the number one, what is the book going to do for your clients, for your readers, for the people out there? Well, it's called I Am, and it is yellow, and it relates to the planets, the sun, the center of our solar system, where all the planets revolve around it. And it's about, and really what this number one is and the sun energy is, that you move beyond the bullshit of your life. You become clear about who you are, and you take responsibility for yourself. I am in charge of my life. I am the creator of my life. I am the one who envisages my life. I'm also the one who messes up my life. I am that, and take responsibility for it. And I think this is what your book's going to allow your readers to step into, is a sense of their own power, a sense, and especially that they're important.
Yes.
This is not about saying, well, because my parents didn't love me, I'm not important.
Right.
This is about, I'm important because I exist.
Yes.
Because I am.
Yes. Yes. Wow.
And there's a lot of fun in that too, because yellow is the color of fun and joy and happiness and spontaneity and brightness and being clever and really finding a fun sense of your own power.
I love it. Thank you. That's powerful. And it's when you said I am, the first song and the last song of my husband's album is I am. Honestly.
Tommy, you got it.
Honestly, right? I am.
It.
Yeah. It starts with I am, it ends with I am.
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable.
Right.
Thank
so
you.
I want to ask one more question, because I believe there should be 4 bottles. I'm feeling 4 needs to be on the table. Is there anything you're concerned about for the book? And pick a bottle to express any concerns you have, any doubts you have, anything that's kind
is there
of
black anywhere? No, I'm kidding. Oh yeah, there is. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Concerns. Isn't it funny how we gravitate toward darker colors when there's concerns?
Because they're heavier. They're heavier.
Exactly.
Colors, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to see. What am I feeling? I'm actually not feeling a dark color, though. Okay, I'm going to go with this.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's very interesting.
I'm getting nervous because Moira knows all of this stuff. It's like, okay, number 1. Uh-oh, number 1. It's like, we're just randomly picking, right? But Moira knows. It's like scary. Okay.
So you picked bottle number 18, and this is spiritual and material conflict issues. And this comes up when people feel, are they going to almost literally prostitute themselves to get it's kind of the little void thing I was in. Like,
yes.
For me, selling my stuff
yes.
felt like I'm prostituting my ethics and my morality.
Yes.
Meantime, it's not the truth,
yes.
right? So it's a little bit of that energy is what am I going to need to make happen or do to get my book and my message out into the world? And straight away, there's a little ethical thing coming up here. I want to do this the right way. I want to do it morally, ethically correct. I'm not doing this because I want to be famous or I want to win book awards or any of that.
Exactly.
So there's just that little, because the ego goes, exactly. It would be nice if I won an award, but your soul is going, the important thing here is get this work out there. And of course, then naturally and organically, the accolades and the awards and the recognition comes.
Yeah, that's all. I just want to send out the message.
Yes, yeah. It's exactly what that is.
Wow, that's right on. That is so bang on. Wow. Yeah, I always grapple with that. Yeah. I do. Wow.
And it's necessary for you to have that, because it's about you being in your truth and being truthfully who
yes.
you are. Because there's a lot of book programs out there, and people do it just for the sake of saying,
yes.
I've written a book or I'm branded as an author.
That's right.
This is a genuine piece of work that's come from your heart.
Yes.
And you just got to continue on that thread of being really honest and truthful and genuine about what you've produced.
Yes.
And you're gonna shine. And then I want you to, if you lift the first bottle and the second bottle together and have a look at the colors you've created.
Okay, first and second bottle.
That one.
Oh, sorry.
The first. And last. Sorry, not second. It's
first
my
and
fault.
last. Yeah, I
first
heard the last.
Like I'm in the wrong one. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow. That's wild. That's crazy. That's
so
crazy.
So the journey from you to the journey to how it's going to go out into the world.
That's
so
crazy.
You've got the colors of your cover right.
Wow.
You definitely have. And me intuitively
crazy,
wearing
right?
these colors today is another affirmation for you. It's another sign from the universe.
Wow, I'm
saying
so
your colors are
jived by
right.
that.
But I would like you to
pop a blue something.
Pop the blue
yes.
in the truth. Pop it in there and just kind of have that word truth.
That's a great idea. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's almost just like the blue cools all this fiery energy. Just bring a bit of
yes.
logic in. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, a little bit of the heart energy, because the heart energy the blues and the greens are this part of the body, and all the yellows and reds and oranges are that part of the body.
Yeah.
So it just brings balance and brings the two together.
Fantastic.
I
learned a lot. This is amazing, incredible. Yeah, really incredible. Yeah, I love this. It's a real art form to this, isn't there?
Just love it.
See, this is why the colors, with clothing, if anybody's a designer, or a stylist or something, and then you do your color chart, you put your colors, this part of it, could be, you should definitely tap into this business, this opportunity, because you think about it, here's another element, right? Then you can share with people. That's a good business, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
because you're sharing at a different level.
Thank you, Amy. Okay, so let's have a look and let's give our readers their colours of what they've picked. How shall we do that? Okay,
yes.
So those of you who's picked number 1, I didn't actually see anybody pick number 1. Did anybody on the comments pick number 1? He's just having a little look for us. Carolyn is 3. I know Joanne was 3, and I know Eleni was 2. Okay, guys, quickly pop in. You got 1 second left. Pop in if you got 1, 2, or 3. Okay, let's have a look. For those of you who have picked number 1, this week the color or the energy that's going to be very useful for you is this particular bottle. It's called G28 and it is turquoise and silver. So let me just pop it out here for you here. Turquoise and silver. And actually, because it's a bottle that has the most beautiful words, because every bottle has a message in a bottle that goes with it as well. So it's called New Dawn. And as the planet awakens and we are now ready to consciously embrace a new era, it's about that consciousness we were speaking about with the work you do as well. One of peace and plenty for all upon the earth. Here is the dream we have dreamt since the demise of Atlantis. Now is the time of global shift into a higher vibration. So the silver fraction in this bottle creates a very clear high vibration that will reveal and remove anything of a lower vibration. Anything that sits in that void where you don't take action is going to help you with that. The turquoise softens and opens the heart and takes us into the energy of Aquarius, which is global awareness and a sense of oneness. The reason I wanted to read this out is, this is the system's made by Melissa Jolie in South Africa, and she brings this information through with the bottles. I'm actually writing the 2020 predictions course that I'm launching on the 1st of December. And I've actually written a whole piece on what does the age of Aquarius mean. Because there's a lot of talk about it now.
Yes.
We're moving into the age of Aquarius.
Yes.
What does it mean?
Exactly.
So astrologers will say to you, well, it's about us moving out of the sign of Pisces into the sign of Aquarius. And we're going to be in that part of the astrological map for 2000, just over 2000, about 2,150 years, I think it is. But what does it mean for us, and how does it affect us? And for people who don't believe in astrology, you don't have to believe in it. It's you don't have to believe in any energies or anything spiritual. It's just that with astrology and with numerology and with the colors, there's historical data. There's things that happen that you can tap into, and patterns repeat themselves. Just like in our lives and our minds, patterns repeat themselves. And the age of Aquarius is about us stepping out of all these confined, restricted, conformity religions and education systems and politics, and stepping out and taking responsibility for who we are and what we create on the planet. To stop blaming others and actually take responsibility. Because there's so many people go, the environment, and then they don't recycle at home. They will go and Greenpeace march, but they don't actually recycle at home. They will do it for the outer world. It's like inside you're polluted. I was like, I can't say, well, I want to go and join an environmental program when inside I'm polluting myself with chemicals or drugs and things that aren't good for me. So it's about the inner world and the outer world being visible and transparent. Age of Aquarius is going to trigger that for us, being transparent. So those of you who pick number 1, I want you to be very, very honest with yourselves in this week. Where are you? Because the silver is so transparent. Where are you not being transparent with yourself? What is getting in your way? What are you using as an excuse to stay in your void, to stay in your box, to not take action and not get clear on it? And if you don't know how to do it, please contact Amy. I cannot recommend Amy more than I am. Just go back and watch the beginning of the show if you haven't seen it. She's amazing. She's helped me resolve something live on air here today. I'm feeling an alignment coming in for me.
Good.
Yeah, just by being with you and what you were saying. And
Good. I love that.
My story to me. I love it. Okay, so those of you who've picked number 2, and this is bottle, and nothing's planned yet. Everything is random and unscripted, and it's bottle 28. So we have another 28 bottle on the table, and this one was picked by Michael, our producer, and you picked it the other way around. Oh, you picked this one, and Amy picked this one because you both picked 28.
I picked 2.
You both picked 28.
That's right. That was random.
Right, so you picked this
2.
one.
That's right, I forgot
and
about
Michael
that.
picked that one. Okay, cool. You see, I wasn't in the room when that happened, or I wasn't looking. All right, so 28 is new beginnings.
Wow.
That's what it's called. And it says, and it's literally the sun shining on the ocean, on the age of Aquarius. So this is a new beginning. And it's these two kind of bottles together, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic.
It's so succinct, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's so succinct. So, Amy, for you and for anybody who's picked number 2, you're in for a new beginning. Whatever project you're in, and especially your book, as we now know for the show, your book is it. But anything you guys are involved in that you're thinking of or you're just beginning to take action on, please see it through. And if you can't, go and see Amy. If you get stuck in that void and you can't make it through, come and see Amy, because there's a new beginning on the way for you. And then just to show you how bloomingly random this whole thing is, those of you picked number 3, it was my pick of the week, bottle number 10. And if you look at 2 and 8, it makes.
Yes.
And 2 and 8, it makes.
Oh, that's crazy.
10. This is crazy stuff.
I love that.
So I've picked 10. And 10 says, if you're going to do this clearing and go for your new dawn, you're going to go for your new beginning, the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn for you. You're going to make money.
Wow.
Because this bottle relates to the Wheel of Fortune turning. And the Wheel of Fortune is an amazing energy. I use it in my Love and Money boot camps. And the gold says about finding the value, and the olive is that new beginning and hope for the future and things changing for you. That's how you translate it into color. So for those of you at number 3, I would say to those who've picked number 3, also just have a look at 28's messages here, because this is all about new beginnings. This feels really good to end 2019's energy with this, to think about in 2020
Absolutely.
to have a new beginning. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
That's exciting. It's very exciting, Just understanding this, you already feel better, It's that perspective. You change your perspective. It's fantastic.
So your birthday was yesterday.
It was.
So that was the 17th.
Yes.
Plus the month 11. So I'm going to quickly figure out your year number. So it's 7 plus 1 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you're in a 14-5 year in 2020. 5 is that, if you look right at the top row there, that dark green bottle, do you see it there?
This
Amy?
one?
Yeah, pick it off and bring it down first. You're in a 5 year in 2020, in a green year. And what that means is I haven't finished channeling all the information for that energy related to 2020. That's going to go on my predictions course. But just intuitively, what I can pick up for you here now is, if you're related to the book, green balances red, because green is the complementary color to the reds that you've got going in the book here. So in 2020, there's going to be this balancing thing that's going to happen for you, where and balance is important, because that means things can flourish when things are in balance. Okay, you got red and you got green present. The green brings the heart in, the red is the energy, the high frequency, pushing it out into the world, and the green ensures that it comes from the heart. The number 5 is to do with networking. You've got to attend lots of networking events. You've got to do lots of talks about your book. You've got to really get a campaign going that you are booked up to do talks and specifically bring your book up.
Yeah.
You mustn't be, hello, I'm Amy.
Yeah,
and by the way, I've written a book. It's like, hey, I'm Amy, the author. Here's my book. All right. Finally, I'm telling the truth of who I am, and I want you to be truthful. It has
That's
to be
fabulous.
that kind of energy.
Yeah.
And whenever anybody's in a 5 year, it always says there's going to be a success in business somewhere in that year. Something is really going to pay off for you.
Great. Wow. I love it.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
I am going to bring up, because the 10 is sitting here, which is to do with it. Let me just move it down here. The 10 is sitting here, which is to do with this kind of money thing here, is make sure you monetize your book. So you've got to create a program, online program. We were talking a little bit about online programs earlier. A TV show like this, you've got to do something that you can communicate to that networking, that 5 energy, where you can go into 5 different directions. That is going to monetize your business for you. The book needs to bring you money.
Mm-hmm.
And the book can bring you money. Not the book sale, but something to do with the book.
Right.
Have you got something in mind already?
Yes, it's going up for sale. People can buy it actually online shortly. And then I'm doing quite a few speaking engagements, so the book will be there as well.
Okay.
So there's a lot.
And how can people who are interested in the book, how can you gather them? How can you give them more information?
Yes, thank you.
Because that's monetizing.
Yeah.
You need to sell a course or create an event or something around it.
Yes, I have courses that are going on right now at thetrustrise.com.
Okay.
And the book will be available on that site as well.
Okay.
And it's in offerings. And as well, I'm going to Los Angeles in the new year and we're doing a book event there.
Okay.
So
right.
there's lots going on.
An online course will be really useful for you, because of all this technology that sits in these colors here.
Great.
It'll be really good for you. And also, you picked it here. It's kind of sits there. This is all about technology to create the new beginning. And if you created some kind of process that your readers can tap into, because the book will awaken this, and they want that number one energy. They want to be the I am.
Yes.
But sometimes they need more than, they need you to create a workbook or a couple of courses or meditations or anything that you can create that they can also then buy.
Yes.
Once they've had your book.
Yes.
And it must be accessible, not just in person. So if you're traveling wherever you're going, you can go, hey guys, I've got this online thing.
Yeah,
you can
absolutely.
Get.
Yeah, and what the companion to this is what energizes and depletes you. It's an exercise. It's a program. It's for 2 weeks. It's on my offerings page on the Trust Rise. So it's already there. You can tap into it, and then they're here to support you. So it's a great opportunity. Yeah, thank you.
Joanne says, new beginnings. Damn, this was good. Amy, you rock. Joanne, we love you.
Thank you, Joanne. That's so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Amy, my darling, out of all the bottles that we've picked here, which is your favorite? Which stands out for you the most?
Oh, I like this one.
C2. Yes, your creativity, your God creative.
I love this.
Wisdom Center. I love it.
Yeah.
Amy, thanks so much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I hope it was a good experience.
It was a great experience. This is the colors. Just being here, the energy that you feel. You actually feel the energy when you're here in this room. It's pretty incredible. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you to our lovely audience for tuning in and for sharing and liking and commenting. We appreciate it. If you could carry on doing it this week, we'd appreciate it so much. We love you, and we will see you next week. Thank you.
That's great.